What's good, everybody? RJ Shelton here, back with, I guess, part two of the Spartan Dogs episode. As you've seen previously, it's already out. We went ahead and dissected this crazy Luka heading to the Lakers and obviously all the other stuff. But this here, strictly Super Bowl. Chiefs versus Eagles this weekend, Sunday. I believe that it's either 6 or 9 p.m. I could be wrong on the times, but we have a rematch. Obviously, these two teams have faced in the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts went absolutely nuts in this game, but still fell short to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. We have a rematch. I can't wait for it. I think both of these teams are very, very, very good, and both teams deserve to obviously be here where they are because they went ahead and took care of the teams that they needed to get to this point. Kind of talk to me a little bit what you want to see from this. We're going to go ahead and obviously dissect everything. But we got round two, Jalen Hurts versus Patrick Mahomes. That's how I look at it. Talk to me a little bit about this game.
I think it's going to be a great game. So shout out to both teams for winning the AFC conference and winning the NFC conference. Two really good teams, two historical franchises. Obviously, the Eagles are a historical franchise, one of the best franchises in the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs has damn near became historical, obviously since Patrick Mahomes been there. But the Chiefs was always a formidable team. What am I looking for from this game? I'm looking for fireworks. Obviously,
Yeah.
you said the rematch from 2 years ago. These teams actually played each other in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Some of these players played in that game. Darius Slay played in that game. Jalen Hurts played in that game. Obviously, a lot of the Patrick Mahomes and Chris Jones and Kelsey and Hardman. But Hardman, I think he's injured. I don't think he's came back. But it's a lot of guys that played in that game as well. If I'm not, let me see. What was it? Pacheco?
Yep.
Pacheco played in that game. Yup. Juju Smith. He had 7 catches for 53 yards in that game, and they had the big old PI at the end of the game as well, the fourth one. Noah
Yep.
Gray. So a lot of guys on the Chiefs have played in this game. They are still on this team, and they're also two-time champions back to back, working on three. And a lot of the guys on the Eagles team is there as well. It's gonna be a hard-nosed game, man. This is gonna be a hard-nosed game. This is one of those another time where you can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. He's not one of those guys, like, you got to go out there and beat him. Like, you got to show that you can beat him then you can say that. Like, I'm sure they probably got the spread. It probably was like a -1, -1.5, or something like that. Chiefs. It got to be, right?
Yep. Minus one. Right on the head for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, of course, because it's the Chiefs. It don't matter, like, it's the Chiefs. They going for the three-peat. This is historical. This is something historical can happen. This will be the first time ever an NFL team went for a three-peat. First, Patrick Mahomes, who will be a better person to do it? But on the other hand, this is a great opportunity for Jalen Hurts to cement himself as a quarterback. I think if the Eagles win this game, it don't matter what it looked like. I think that will cement this whole winner thing behind Jalen Hurts. Like, yeah, they got a good team, and they got a good team around them. So, you ain't wrong for having a good team around you and good players around you. Like, it's not that
Right.
you still got to go and win. There's a lot of teams with good players around them and a highly talented offense and a highly talented defense, and they didn't go and win. The Vikings. The Vikings had a really good team. Wide receivers, number one defense, top 5 defense, running back, playmakers all over the field, but they weren't able to make it happen. And like I said, if Jalen Hurts find a way to win this game, I don't care if it's on the back of Saquon, I don't care if it's on the back of A.J. Brown, I don't care if it's on the back of the defense. If the Eagles win this game, it's always going to be pointed to the quarterback. And if that happens, I think we won't have any more questions moving forward if Jalen Hurts is a winner or not. Because he would have came in here and stopped the three-peat from who I think is the best quarterback I've ever seen play. Ever. I think he is the GOAT right now. Now, obviously, he has to finish his career, but I think what he's done in his first 7 years and how he's played and taking his team to 6 AFC championships and to 5 Super Bowls, like, this is his 5th Super Bowl. 5th Super Bowl in 7 years. 6 AFC championships. Like, in the first year, he didn't play. He didn't play quarterback, so they count that years. Ever since he's been a starter, he's been to 6 AFC championships and 5 Super Bowls. And he's just a clutch guy. He's not always had the best team or super team. He's just been the best player in the NFL. Obviously the coach and Travis Kelce and having all these things matter for sure. But you take Patrick Mahomes off this team and replace him with Dak Prescott or something like that. They're not a Super Bowl team. They're not winning at all. So that's a shout out to Patrick Mahomes. But I'm looking for an explosive game, man. I think it's going to be a good game. I don't think neither one of these teams is going to be too big for neither one of them because they played in the Super Bowl 2 years ago with a lot of these same guys, the same staff. You feel me? Like they ain't gonna be too big. They know what this week feel like. They know how to prepare. They know what to do. Now it's just gonna be able who can execute, make the least mistakes, and who can execute and produce within that 60 minutes. And if it go longer than that, who can win the game? So I'm excited to see the game. I think it's gonna be definitely a good turnout.
No, I'm right with you. I can't wait for this weekend. Just kind of looking at some stats on Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, we all know what he can do. I mean, he's not going to beat himself, but the one time that he did, if you do want to have an opportunity to go ahead and take care of these Chiefs, and I said maybe because it's the Kansas City Chiefs. They've been in this situation multiple times. When they went in and faced Tom Brady against Tampa Bay, when Brady got himself one, he did throw 2 interceptions.
Yep.
So when I see stuff like that, I'm just looking at the stats, is that you have got to bring pressure. You have to go ahead and get turnovers, as you already mentioned, that the back end has to play very well. Carter's going to have to go ahead and be a home run wrecker
Yeah.
every down, not just one through two, 1 through 3, third down, four. No, brother, let me tell you this. All that what you guys went ahead and saved for, this is the time to unleash it. This is the time for you to go ahead and have your presence felt when you can go ahead and disrupt the game and get your rank up like, yeah, I'm not only am I going to go ahead and get paid, I'm the best DN in the NFL. So it's going to be a really big opportunity for that Eagles D line to go ahead in Carter and get those guys going. And then you got obviously linebacker situation. Braun having a very good year. He's going to be up for a big task as well, going ahead and taking care of Travis Kelce, and especially that secondary. If you can go ahead and manage that, again, you have to manage it because they're going to make plays. This is going to be a game where it's going to come down to the wire. And you have to, when it gets to that fourth quarter, as me and you have seen and me and you have talked about since we've ever started this show, Patrick Mahomes is going to go ahead and do his job. What are you going to do? Because you've seen throughout this whole entire time, Josh Allen had an opportunity to go ahead and make something to where he can go ahead and maybe project himself past this curse of not being able to beat the Chiefs. There was also multiple times in the beginning of the season, Lamar Jackson had an opportunity, but a toenail didn't go ahead and get him to win that game. You are going to have to go ahead and make all of the plays that you need to on both ends, like those tip balls that just so happen to be in the air and you don't catch them. You can't do that. You have to make the plays. So I'm excited for this, and I'm not. The Chiefs' defense too is good. Let's not go ahead and sit here and they're not a complete team either. It ain't. We've seen Pat. Like I'm looking right now. San Francisco, Patrick Mahomes, 26 of 42, 286 yards throwing, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Tampa Bay, as I said, 26 completion. No, excuse me, 26 of 49, 270 yards throwing, but 2 interceptions. That was a loss. Eagles, he played efficient, very efficient against the Eagles when they won. 21-27, 182 yards, 3 TDs. And then obviously this one against San Francisco, 34 of 333 yards throwing, 2 TDs and 1 interception. So he's not going to beat himself. He learned from that Tom Brady situation, like, all right, yeah, I'm not going to go ahead and beat myself, but you have to go ahead and have that happen. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what both these teams are going to do. I can't wait to see just the matchups because when you look at it, you sit there, you're like, hey, bro, these are the best of the best guys on this field right now.
Yep.
Their 53 guys have proven that they are the best at their position this year. So,
No, to add, just to briefly add on to what you were saying. You was talking about Mahomes and his stats, and he won a Super Bowl going 21 for 27 with 182 yards, passing yards. And I know some people be like, man, 182 yards, that ain't nothing. And that, how you win throwing 182 yards? Tom Brady won a Super Bowl as well, throwing for under 200 yards. He won multiple Super Bowls as well, throwing under 200 yards. He did that with Tampa Bay, and he did that in the Super Bowl when they played the Rams. I think the score was like 13-3. That was the lowest scoring Super Bowl. That's when Jared Goff was playing for the Rams, and they only scored 3 points. And the Patriots, they didn't have an explosive offense that year. They had an explosive defense. That's when Gilmore won the Defense Player of the Year. He was just straight locking people up, locking teams up, and they already had a very good, well coached defense as well. So you just have to win the game. It's not about how many passing yards you have. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's not about how many passes you have. Because Jalen Hurts in this same game 2 years ago, he had 304 passing yards. He had two receivers. Devontae Smith had 7 catches for 100 yards, and A.J. Brown had 6 catches for 96 yards. Dallas Goedert has 6 catches for 60 yards. Jalen Hurts also had 15 carries for 7 yards with 3 rushing touchdowns. So if you look at it, okay, he had 374 yards total. And 4 touchdowns, but they still lost the game. It's about winning the game and winning the moments, winning the third downs, winning the first downs, not getting behind the sticks, making the right decision, not forcing the ball on a 3rd and 10, playing the field position game. It's about all of that, and Patrick Mahomes does that well. He manages the game, he manages the half, he manages the quarters, he manages series to series better than anybody in the league, better than damn near anybody I've seen. Like I said, I put Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and Patrick Mahomes in that category of managing series to series better than anybody. Right. So it's not about the big numbers. It's about the big plays, the big decisions. Like I said a couple podcasts ago, it's about the decisions that you make. So whoever make the best decisions, whoever take care of the ball, whoever plays the cleanest game, they're gonna win. That's what it's gonna be for sure. So you can go ahead.
Yeah, so let's just go ahead and get into it. I kind of want to get your brain on, there's a lot of great talent, and I want to see which ones that you're going to rock with when you go ahead and watch this game in regards of who has the upper hand when it comes to all positions. So obviously I'm going to go ahead because coaches are included. Who do you got head coach-wise? Who's got the upper hand?
Andy Reid. Andy Reid got the upper hand. Andy Reid is a magician with his play calling, and he has a magician at the quarterback spots, which damn near probably covers up some of the bad play calls that he do. You feel me? Because he got a quarterback that even if he make a bad play or do something crazy or outlandish and it don't work, he still got Patrick Mahomes to come back on the next down and take advantage of it. You feel what I'm saying? The way Patrick Mahomes manages the game is better than anybody, and he's the ultimate game breaker, big game changer. Like, he's all of that shit. He's the ultimate game manager, and he's the ultimate game changer as well. So when you got a quarterback like that, like, you can allow yourself to mess up from time to time, and that's what he cool. He got that. He got Spagnuolo. So they definitely got the but shout out to Nick Sirianni as well. I mean, this is 3rd year coaching, right? He's been to 2 Super Bowls, if I'm not mistaken. So That's big time as well. So, but I'll give the upper hand to Andy Reid for sure.
Obviously, you already said your quarterback and Patrick Mahomes. You're probably going to take him. I mean, I'm assuming because we've already went ahead and heard.
Okay, are we talking about this game?
Yes, we're talking about this game.
So we ain't talking about the season. We're just talking about this game.
We're just talking about this game particularly. We're not talking about not season, no nothing.
And you
who you got quarterback wise?
And who I got quarterback wise in this game?
In this game, yep.
I'm probably about to shock you a little bit. I got Patrick Mahomes. I got Patrick Mahomes. Come on, man. Patrick is Patrick, man.
Yeah.
Patrick is Patrick. Jalen bring a different component to the game as well, being able to use his legs, not being risky, not just sometimes throwing the ball in the air. Like, he might just run the ball or take a sack or throw the ball away before he sometimes would just throw the ball down the field or throw the ball into a cloudy surface. So some people might call, he protects the ball well. I think sometimes he just, he settles. And that can be good for a quarterback. I mean, shit, you want to end every drive with a kick, with a field goal, with a PAT, or with a punt. You don't want to turn the ball over because that's momentum that you lose. That kind of deflates the whole team. You don't want to do that. So if he can end the game with a kick, punt, end the game, not end the drive, every possession. A kick, a field goal, a punt, or a PAT, they'd be in good hands. But I'm definitely taking Patrick Mahomes, the better quarterback.
And then let's move on to the obviously other positions. Running back, who do you got?
Man, Kareem Hunt and Pacheco, man, they can do some things, man. And especially being in that system, you're not going to Like the Eagles are not going to come out and play single high versus Patrick Mahomes. So they're gonna it's gonna be lanes open because it's gonna be a less box. So they're probably gonna be a nickel. So that means like a 6-man box. So they're gonna have lanes to run. And Pacheco runs hard and Kareem Hunt runs hard for sure. But I'm taking Saquon Barkley and even Gainwell. I like Gainwell too. Pay attention to Gainwell this game. Gainwell be making some plays, bro. He be making some runs. Number 14, he be doing his thing. Ever since I've seen him play for the Eagles, he's made plays, especially in the playoffs. Running the ball out, catching the ball out the backfield. He has some versatility to his game, and they got the best. They got the best O line in the league, damn near. 3 All Pros, 4 Pro Bowlers. Saquon Barkley, I'm definitely taking Saquon Barkley for sure.
Wide receiver group. Both these teams have very good wide receiver groups. Guys that do make plays. Which one are you taking?
Okay, obviously Travis Kelce is a part. The tight ends is a part of the receiver group as well, right?
Oh, yep. So we'll go ahead and put the tight ends in there. Guys that receive the ball, catch the ball, because that's the biggest thing as of right now. I mean, that's where the league's heading. That's where tight ends or wide receivers at this point.
Okay, in this game, I would say the Eagles have the better receivers, like individually, like who they are. But the Chiefs have the better passing game. So they might not have Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, but they do have Hollywood Brown. They do have Worthy. They do have Juju Smith-Schuster. They do have Watson that Patrick Mahomes seems to love, for real. And they got Travis Kelce. So they do have these guys to where they can make spot plays, spot catches. I honestly think one of these guys gonna explode this game. Like it might be Xavier Worthy where he just opened up the game something crazy and he ended up having like a 100-yard receiving game, and that leaves Kelce with like an 80, 90-yard receiving game and Schuster with a 40-yard receiving game. And I think it'll be something like that because this game is going to be won on the back of Patrick Mahomes making decisions, and that's going to be with throwing the ball. Ain't no decision being made when you handing off the ball. You just handing it off. Right. So they're going to he don't have to be smart to hand the ball off. He has to be smart to dissect the defense, though, and I think he's going to do a good job at that. So I would say the Eagles have the better like individual success as far as wide receivers, but the Chiefs have the better passing game.
No, that's real. And then last but not least, O-line, because that's going to be a very big factor in this game. Which one are you riding with?
Eagles. I just said they got 3 All-Pros and 4 Pro Bowlers. The Chiefs be having dude that be damn near jumping off sides all the time. He be early to the snap. He be holding. Like, they better be careful. Like, they better be careful because Josh Sweat and Nolan Smith coming off the edge with Brandon Graham coming back. Potentially, this might be in his bad game. Shout out to, my Detroit dog, went to my high school, Crockett. Shout out to you. Shit, if this is your last game, man, ball out, man. Love you. Great career. He went to Michigan, though, but it's all still good. Like 15, 16 years in the league. Doing your thing. Then you got Jalen Carter. Like, you can line him up on the inside and the outside. So, if this defensive line damn near wreak havoc and call, because we know the Chiefs' offensive line they have holes in their team. So, if the DBs and the D-line are on the same accord, I see the Eagles winning this game. If the D-line, first of all, the D-line wreck this game, I think it's over. Because you don't want to see Patrick Mahomes running around and cutting off half of the field because he got to always rolling out this way because he's getting rushed and hitting the ground, and you don't want to see that. But if you do see that, this might be a Saquon Barkley 200 all-purpose type game. That's all I'm saying. I'm definitely going to take the Philadelphia offensive line, though.
Let's go ahead and flip, obviously, over to the defense because you can't leave them out. Let's go ahead and start from the back end. Secondary, which one are you rocking with?
Man.
That goes corners, safeties. They're all in one.
Honestly, I'm going to take the Eagles secondary. They got 2 rookies playing extremely well right now. And Deshaun, I think it's Deshaun. What is it, Deshaun? Is it Deshaun?
Cooper DeJean.
Cooper DeJean. Him, Quinyon Mitchell. You feel me? You got Blankenship back there. You got Gardner Johnson, and you got Slay. I know Slay want this win. I think Slay want this win for sure. He definitely want this win. Especially if this is probably his last game as a Philadelphia Eagle. Because I can see the Eagles moving on for him because you got 2 corners now. You got 2 rookies that they're going to be the outside corners. Like, or they're going to grab somebody else that can be out. But they're going to figure it out. they ain't gonna continue to pay Slay, and he probably gonna go somewhere else and do his thing. But I think he want to go out with a bang. Like I said, I think these guys can make plays. I think CJ. I would like to see Gardner Johnson get a ring because that's gonna validate all the shit he be talking and everything he be doing. It's gonna validate it all, and I would like to see him get one. But they got to get it though.
Right.
Got to get it. It ain't gonna be given to him. But shout out to the Chiefs secondary as well. You got Reed back there. What's number 22 name? It ain't McCluster. What is his name? The corner. Let me see.
It's not. It's starting with an M. That's right. I know
McDuffie.
Yeah,
McDuffie. I like him. He's nice. Shout out to him. And I don't know who the other corner on the other side is. It may be Watson. It may be Williams. But it's gonna be tough, being having to contain Devontae Smith and AJ Brown and fuck around and tackle. Because you're gonna have to tackle. You're gonna have to tackle. They're gonna run the ball at least 35 times this game. The Eagles. So you're gonna have to tackle in that secondary, and that's the thing, because that's what you're gonna be asked to do. In the Super Bowl 2 years ago, they wasn't asked to tackle because Jalen Hurts threw the ball 15 times. I mean, not 15. I mean, he ran the ball 15 times, and the actual starting running back for the Eagles 2 years ago, he only had 6 carries, and then the backup running back had 6 carries. They had 21 rushing yards, 16 rushing yards, and 8 rushing yards between the running backs 2 years ago. That's 45 yards rushing by the running backs. That ain't going to happen this game. They handing that ball up to Saquon. That ain't going to happen.
Remember when Sanders went ahead and flipped it first play? I'm like, man, that's why they ran the ball with Hurts, because he was on trash.
Yeah, but that ain't going to happen this time. Even if Saquon fumbled the first play, he's still going to get 30 touches. So
yeah, absolutely,
going to take away 15 passes from Hurts, and that's going to make that defense have to tackle. And the Chiefs ain't that dope versus the run, bro. Like, I can see Saquon just breaking this game open, like, for real. I can see Saquon breaking this game open like he's been doing in every playoff game, in every game this year, which that's why I think he should have broke the damn record. Because if he'd have broke the record and did all the things he did in the playoffs and then turned around and won a Super Bowl, and he be the Super Bowl MVP, I don't know a more complete season than that ever. But I guess they talked him into sitting out. Whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Eagles secondary though. I like them to perform this game.
And let's go ahead and go into the box. Obviously, the linebackers, both these teams have very good linebacker play. They showcase what they can do, especially within the championship games for both their division and obviously the wild card games. Who do you got?
I like the Eagles secondary. I mean, not the secondary. I like the Eagles linebackers. Obviously, they lost Dean. He was their linebacker. They lost him a couple weeks ago, so he's out. But they got Brian, first team All-Pro. Who was the other linebacker? Burks, but he's just coming in. But I actually like the Chiefs linebackers, man. I like Bolton. I like was it Chanel? I think it's Chanel or Tranquil. I think both of them, Tranquil and Chanel. One were 54 and I think one were 23. I like the Chiefs linebackers for real. They make plays. Obviously Bolton has the one that picked up the fumble the last time they played in the Super Bowl and ran it back to the crib. Bolton makes plays. Tranquil makes plays, and Chanel makes plays. So I like those linebackers, and they know how to win. Like they didn't been in this game in the last couple of years, so they know how much attention to detail and how much focus you need in this game. I think they're going to be ready. I think they're going to be more ready, especially you lose a linebacker that you had all season. You lose anybody, that hurts. Right. So I'm definitely going to take the Chiefs linebacker core over the Philadelphia Eagles linebacker core.
Then last but not least, you've mentioned it already. I think it's probably going to still be the same. Who do you got D lineman-wise? The unit. Which one's going to wreak havoc the most in this beautiful Super Bowl in New Orleans?
I'm not going to say they're going to wreak havoc, but I think they will play better. I think the Eagles' defensive line will play better because I think they have a dominant inside piece. They have 2 guys that can rush the passer and sack the ball. They D-line is pretty damn good. Like, they D-line is solid. And then they got Carter. I think this, like you said, this should be the coming out party for him to be like, I'm the best defensive player in the league. Like, I always thought, man, I ain't gonna say always thought, but Chris Jones is a game changer on the D-line. Like, he's a game changer to the max. But I think this is the time where Jalen Carter is going to come in and show that I can do that too, and I can do it maybe better right now. And then he got more pieces. I like the Chiefs defensive line for sure, but the Chiefs defensive line is going up against 3 All-Pros and 4 Pro Bowlers. But the Eagles offensive line is going up against, I think they got a nice starting center and a nice guard, but they tackles is bad. And Jalen Carter ain't gonna be blocked by nobody. So I don't care how good your center is, or your defense, or your right guard or left guard is. Jalen Carter ain't gonna get blocked by them. Like, he's gonna have a few plays this game where he completely just wreak havoc and disrupt the whole play. That's what I see coming from him. And then you got them edge rushers. So knowing that the Chiefs offensive line and the Eagles defensive line is solid, I think the Eagles defensive line is the ones that's going to show up and make plays this game, make winning plays this game. That's going to, contribute to them actually winning this Super Bowl.
I like where you're headed. I think I'm right with you on majority of every single pick that you went ahead and said. Hey, man, this is the biggest one of them all. This is the last time when we talk about the NFL. Break this shit down on who's going to go ahead and win this year's Super Bowl.
Like I said, even all the things I just said about the Eagles and how I think I picked more Eagles like categories. They have more strength in categories.
Yes.
But the ultimate category is the quarterback, and that's Patrick Mahomes. In order to beat the champ, you have to beat the champ. He's not going to lose the game. I don't think he's going to lose. They're not going to beat themselves. So the Eagles is going to have to really play disciplined, turnover-free, aggressive football for 60 minutes. Like, every minute, you can't let off a drive. You can't let off a play. You can't fall short in no way. This is the game. You ain't got no game on Monday. There's no press conference on Monday that we'll be better off next week. No, this is the last game, bro. You got to lay all that shit out there, bro. You got to lay it all out there. Now, I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win this game because of the Patrick Mahomes, the Kelce, the Andy Reid, the Chris Jones, the McDuffie, the Reed, the Cook, the Bolton, and just the Karlaftis, the defensive end. I think it's Karlaftis.
Sounds right.
They have a unit. They know how to win. They know how to play in these games. They have experience, and I think they want to win. They know how to do just enough to win a game. It don't matter what type of game it is. They can be up. They can be down. They ain't got to run the ball. They ain't got to pass the ball. They know how to win every type of game there is. They have won every type of game there is. So they're not going to lose the game. They're always going to have a way to bounce back. They're always going to have a way to bring themselves back to their foundation and know how to win. In order for the Eagles to win, I don't think they have to play perfect, but I think they have to play at least a 9 out of 10. You have to dominate your matchups. Because this is about X's and O's, a little bit. It's about the play calling. It's about the plays and what's being played and all of that. But it's really about the X's and O's. And if we look at the rosters, I think the Eagles have a better roster than the Chiefs. The Chiefs are just the better team. Winning back-to-back, you can't tell me they're not the better team. They are the better team, and they know how to win in these moments. But the Eagles have what it takes to win this game. So the Eagles are going to have to go out and win this game. They're going to have to run the ball, like I said, 35 times. The Chiefs not a hellified defense that can really stop the run. Like James Cook ran the ball on them pretty well. Todd Johnson, ran the ball on them pretty well. Who the Chiefs play in the first round of the first round of the playoffs? Or the second round? They had the bye week. They played Houston. Mixon ran the ball pretty well. Both of the running backs had over 80 yards, and they was running the ball pretty solid. So Mixon and Cook ain't Saquon Barkley though.
And not even close. I'm sorry. They're great players. Not even close to Saquon. Saquon is one.
Yeah, and Mixon and Cook don't have the Eagles' offensive line as well. They don't have that. So, and with all that, I think A.J. Brown can still take over this game because he's probably going to be one-on-one because they're going to be focused on trying to stop Saquon. So who gonna check AJ Brown? And then who gonna check Devontae? So if Jalen Hurts can just make the right play, the right throw, time and throw, and they still be able to run the ball, I can see them winning. Your offense gonna give your confidence to the defense, and then that's gonna make them play harder and make more plays and get them going. Boy, you're gonna hear dreams and nightmares, boy, in that game, and it's gonna be on. So I'm gonna pick the Chiefs to win because you got to beat the Chiefs for sure. But I do think the Eagles can win this game. I will not be surprised if the Eagles win this game. So I'm gonna pick the Chiefs for sure, just because you got to beat them. But if they wasn't coming off a back-to-back championship, I will pick the Eagles because of Saquon Barkley in the offensive line and the two receivers you have and the defense that you have and Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter is a top 10 player in this league. He's probably the best defense player in this league. So that's my choice right there. That's my decision. I'm going with the Chiefs. Yeah, going with the Chiefs.
So I want to go ahead and kind of just break this down to just where I see this going in my lens when I go ahead and see these two beautiful teams, which I rightly deserve, even though I, love my Packers there, but they're not. It is what it is. This is going to be between OCs, Matt Nagy, Kellen Moore. What are you guys going to do? Because this is going to be a very good football game. There's going to be every single thing that you think is going to happen is going to happen. Saquon Barkley is going to break off an 80-yard run, touchdown. Patrick Mahomes is going to throw it all the way down the field. You're going to see guys make plays left and right. But what is it going to take when it comes crunch time? Because you're going to go ahead and the Chiefs are going to give you an opportunity. I mentioned it earlier. You've seen what happened when the Bills had a chance to go ahead and make it a ball game. This is going to be the same exact way that the Eagles are going to have to go ahead and capitalize and beat the head honcho if they want to go ahead and win a Super Bowl. Kellen Moore is going to have to go ahead and get things dialed up and have some type of rhythm going. Yes, I understand the players play this and that, but it comes with the unit. It ain't just the players. Jalen Hurts isn't Patrick Mahomes where he's going to see something, call a timeout, and be like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. We've seen that multiple times with Patrick Mahomes. We saw that when he was with the Bills. I vividly remember when he went ahead and he ain't like nothing. He called timeout. Boom, they went ahead, got the first down, got another first down, got points. So Kellen Moore and Jalen Hurts, when it comes crunch time, has to make it work. And if you do not make it work, because you're going to have an opportunity and you have to maximize those opportunities. Do I think they can go ahead and take down the Chiefs? No. Unfortunately, no. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. Because just the momentum of what the Chiefs have going on, who they have at quarterback, what they've done throughout their whole time in being in these situations. Okay, yeah, you can say that the Eagles were in it 2 years ago. They know what it feels like, blah, blah, blah. That feeling that you had last time ain't going to be the same now. Saquon can go ahead and what he did to get to this situation, everyone's throwing out the kitchen sink in this game. You can possibly go ahead and see that the Chiefs like, yeah, nah, you know what? We like our guys better than you. We're going to go ahead and go one-on-one. We're going to go, man, we're bringing pressure every down. We don't care because we know that we got 15 back there that's going to go ahead and take care of us if we do mess up. But then the crazy thing is when it's the fourth quarter, we know who's going to go ahead and take care of this because he's done it 5 times. He's been in the Super Bowl 5 times. So Kellen Moore, Jalen Hurts, what y'all got? Show me. I would love to see it. I would love to see someone take down the head honcho just like Tom Brady did. Who gonna do it? Jalen Hurts, this is the perfect time for you to go ahead and solidify who you are, my good brother. I used to be talking shit about you. I am not going to sit here in line in front of the camera. I used to be talking crazy about you. Nuts. You can't throw the ball past 15 yards. He's not a guy. Hey, I saw with my own eyes when I went ahead to Philly. I'm like, oh yeah. He one of them ones for sure. Be number one like you wear. In New Orleans. That's my biggest thing. Kellen Moore and Jalen Hurts gets it together when it comes to opportunity times where he needs to go ahead and do it. They got a chance, but that's a chance. They have an opportunity. What you gonna do? But with all that being said, like I said, I still got the Chiefs. What?
Yeah.
But it's gonna be fun, man. I can't wait. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this game is one of those ones where you just sit there and you're just like, damn. You know, if you just watch it by yourself, you're with people, like, that was a good ass game. That is exactly how this needed to end it. But we shall see. We
Yeah.
shall see, man.
I mean, you said what you said. You made some great points about them blitzing Jalen Hurts. You sit back and blitzing them and saying, "Hey, okay, beat us on the outside." They got competitors on that secondary as well. And you got to be super accurate. Like if it's you get blitzed, and then Jalen Hurts got the knee situation to where we don't know if he's gonna be able to sprint this way or sprint that way, move laterally like that. Like yeah, okay, you had 2 weeks to prepare, but you still once you get hit, nigga, you still gonna feel that shit. Like you
Yeah.
gonna feel the limitations when it happens. So, and you're gonna have to be accurate. Like I said, if they blitzing, you got to throw an accurate pass. What you gonna throw
Right.
fades the whole time? You might catch some, you might drop some. If you think that's what's gonna happen for you to win, that's not a really winning formula. So they're gonna have to, like Kellen Moore is gonna have to call a pretty clean game. Like he's gonna have to call a good game, and they cannot get down in this game.
No.
The Chiefs can be down 21-3, and I still be like, but they got Patrick. They got Patrick, bro. Like he. But if the Eagles get down 21-3, it might be 41-7. I mean 41-13, because they ain't coming back from that.
They're gonna be watching turn the TV off, Kendrick Lamar halftime show, be like, damn.
Shit, might as well. Might as well, man. New Orleans gonna be rocking. Man, I'm just excited for this matchup, man. We always thought this would be the matchup. People thought the Eagles and the Chiefs was going to be the matchup, but we always, we tried to make it something else. The Lions and the Bills, you feel me? The Ravens and the Rams, or the Ravens and the Vikings, or we just always tried because we didn't want to see the Chiefs. I ain't gonna say we didn't want to see the Chiefs because people want to see the Chiefs, but you want to see somebody beat them as well. You feel me? Like that's just the competitiveness that revolves around sports.
Right.
Like if you the champ for back to back, or you got this many rings, or in wrestling, shit, you done won all the Royal Rumbles and the WrestleManias. People want to see you, lose.
Right.
How it makes a better story. Either one of them make a better story. So we always wanted to see them win, but see them lose. But people want to see them win as well. And like I said, it ain't just gonna happen though. They're not just gonna lose. They're not just gonna come out there and you look like, bro, what team is this? Like that. I haven't looked at that. I haven't never watched the Chiefs and was like, bro, what are they doing? Like, they was outside New Orleans, wasn't it? They had to be like, it ain't gonna be nothing like that. Like, bro, like what is they doing? They gonna run how they run. They gonna call the plays that they call. They gonna execute how they execute. They gonna be attention to detail. They're gonna be organized. They're gonna be prepared. And I'm excited to see this game, man. It's gonna be a lot of adjustments from quarter to quarter, really from quarter to quarter. But from the first half to the second half, it's gonna be a lot of adjustments, and we're gonna see who make the best adjustments, man.
That is true. Man, with that, appreciate you guys obviously tuning into what we've have going on. Enjoy this weekend. Enjoy this good old Super Bowl. You're gonna see new movies coming out. You're gonna see new ads coming out. You're gonna see just entertainment at its finest with the great game of football. So with that, man, Jesus, what am I forgetting now? I feel like you always stop.
No, you ain't forgetting that. I'm about to ask you a closing question. Nope. This was Super Bowl. So you picked the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, right? The obvious pick for Super Bowl MVP would be Patrick Mahomes. What player outside of the name Patrick Mahomes can surprise us and win and be the MVP of this game? Give me something good.
I think you know what I'm going to say. It is not Travis Kelce.
Okay. Who is it?
It would be Chris Jones.
You think Chris Jones wrecked this game like that?
I think this is the game for where he is going to be an absolute problem for that Eagles defense, because you didn't see what the youngster did for the Rams. He was a rookie.
Yeah.
Destroying all pros. All three of them. He lined up inside, outside, wherever you want him. Took care of whatever was going on.
Yeah.
So I could see him being the guy to go ahead and win it, because I think right now, especially, we all know what he plays like when he's in the Super Bowl. I can vividly remember of me watching him like, hey, this man is on some, again, exotic. The time that he went ahead and was lining up outside, then he went in inside, outside, other side. Bro, they're going to put him one-on-one matchups where they're like, this guy is weak. They're watching the Rams tape right now, and he's like, oh, yeah, I know what to do. What Verse did, I'm taking all that. Brother, man, I appreciate you for the game plan, the book, all that good stuff. I'm going to tell you this. In his mind, it's on. That's my guy, Chris Jones. Don't be surprised if he wins it. Hammer. If the plus or minus, he's probably like Patrick Mahomes probably plus 125. Kelsey's probably like plus 2 something. And Chris Jones probably like plus 3. I'd add more onto that and put him there. But if Patrick Mahomes balls out, he balls out. But no, I'm taking Chris Jones, bro. He about to go crazy. Watch out for 95. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, that's a good pick. I'm about to throw something at you too. I like that pick though, because one thing I know about him, he is a game wrecker, and he know how to come in at the right time, the right third down, the right play. Like he know how to make plays, strip sacks. He know how to do his thing, and they got a solid defensive line around him as well. But if I was to pick MVP of this game, the Chiefs won, not named Patrick Mahomes, I would have to go with. I'm gonna go with Xavier Worthy, bro.
Yeah, that's real too.
I think he kind of selling low key right now. Man, it ain't gonna be too much pressure on him to make plays. They probably not gonna really game plan for him because they have so much other stuff to game plan with. I think he's gonna mess around and get behind that defense a couple times, and I think he's gonna catch a couple bombs this game, and he's probably gonna have like over like 150 yards. Damn near had like 2 touchdowns, something like that. I just think he's gonna be a guy to explode, and he's like the 5th person that they had to prepare for. Because you got Patrick, you got Kelsey, you got Chris Jones, you got
Right.
Andy Reid, you got all of these things, and then you come down to we can't game plan for him. We just got to be technique sound, and we just got to like we're not rolling coverage to him or nothing. Like we
Right.
got other shit to worry about. We ain't about to be doing that to him, and that's when he probably gonna get off. So that's my sleeper pick to win the Super Bowl MVP. As a rookie, you come and win a Super Bowl MVP, ball out in your Super Bowl, helps Patrick Mahomes win the 3rd ring in a row, 4th ring. Boy, you'll be a KC Chief for the rest of your life. Or you probably won't. You might do what Tyreek did and be like, man, shit, I got my ring. After a couple years, I'm going to go get my bag somewhere else and go have fun. Hey, it is what it is. But that's my sleeper. Sleeper MVP pick is Xavier Worthy.
No, I like that. Sorry, Eagles fans, but we're gonna have to see it on TV to go ahead and you can have whoever you want, but we're gonna have to see it on TV with all due respect. But with that, have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the game. Whatever you do, I don't know what you do when you go ahead and do events and you watch games. Do what you ever got to do. Have fun. Do you. Stay safe. We'll see y'all later. Peace out, everybody.